Welcome dear students, we are on the CEC Gurukul lecture. We are in the series of the experimental physics and we are discussing about the pendulums. Previously we have discussed about the simple pendulum which is having the bob and attached with the string. Now we discuss about the compound pendulum, that is also known as the bar pendulum. At the last we will discuss that why it is called the compound pendulum. First on the screen we are having a bar pendulum. You see that this is a metallic plate which is having a hole. So today's topic is the compound pendulum, in which we discuss about the experimental process, what material we will use, what is the precautions to perform this experiment. Now what is the aim of this experiment? Again, as in the previous, in the simple pendulum we find out acceleration due to gravity. Similarly here we are finding the acceleration due to gravity g by means of the compound pendulum. The second aim of this experiment to determine the radius of the gyration about an axis through the center of gravity for the compound pendulum. So these are the two aims of this experiment that we will find out. Now what is a compound pendulum? First we should know. The compound pendulum, which is also known as the physical pendulum, and it is the extension of the simple pendulum. This physical pendulum is any rigid body that is pivoted so that it can oscillate freely. The compound pendulum has a point called the center of oscillation, and this is placed at a distance L from the pivot, where L is given by I divided by mr, where m is the mass of the pendulum, I is the moment of inertia, and r is the distance of the center of the mass from the pivot. That is the starting point. The period of the oscillation, that will be defined T is equal to L, that is the length of the gyration. L is the place in the distance L from the pivot. That will define the time period. T is equal to L, that is the length of gyration. What apparatus we will use in this experiment? Number one is a bar pendulum, that is a metallic plate that having the holes at the equidistance, approximately at the 2 centimeter. The basic the holes are on the both the side from the center of gravity. A knife edge with the platform so that it can be attached easily with the hanger. A sprit level that will, from where we can, from this we can note down the leveling of the bar pendulum. A precision stopwatch that will measure the time period, meter scale, and a telescope that we will use. The bar pendulum consists of the metallic bar of about 1 meter long and a series of circular holes, each of approximately 5 mm in the diameter, are made along the length of the bar. The bar is suspended from the horizontal knife edge passing through any of the hole. We can attach the bar pendulum with the knife edge by putting it any hole which is on the right and left side of the center of gravity. The knife edge in turn is fixed in the platform provided with the screws. By adjusting the rear screw and the platform can be made horizontal. This knife edge is, now you see in this diagram that this knife edge here on the left hand side, you see the edge of this knife which is used to hang the bar pendulum with the strand, and then we can note down its motion. Now see, this is the metallic plate which consists of a hole, and we can put the edge knife in any hole. And when we performing the experiment, we keep the edge side towards the center of gravity so that on the both the side so that we can get the exact moment of inertia of this. So this is the basic diagram of the bar pendulum. Now what is the principle of this experiment? In the simple pendulum we are having a bob that is of the sphere size attached at the end of the string, length which is compared with the dimension of the bob, and the mass which is negligible in compare with the bob. Under this condition, we will consider the simple pendulum, and the length of the pendulum is distance from this point axis of the suspension. Now, dimensions of the suspended body are not negligible in comparison with the distance from the axis of the suspension of the center of gravity, and this is called the compound pendulum or the physical pendulum. It is a rigid body mounted upon a horizontal axis so as to vibrate under the force of gravity is known as the compound pendulum. If we take the brief definition, or in the simple way, we can define the compound pendulum, which is a rigid body mounted upon a horizontal axis so as to vibrate under the force of gravity. This is the formula which is used to calculate the gravity, acceleration due to gravity, by using the bar pendulum. G is equal to 4 pi square L divided by T square, and L is the length of the bar pendulum and T is the T square is the time period. K is equal to root of L1 and L2. What is this K? K is the radius of gyration that we will calculate by changing the length. Now you see L, L1 and L2 graphically for the particular value of the T, the acceleration due to gravity G we can find out at a place, and the radius of gyration K of the compound pendulum can be determined. Now further we will discuss the output of this experiment is this graph we will get when we hang this bar pendulum with a hedge. Now we see what is the procedure behind this experiment. First we take the bar pendulum, or we say it is a compound pendulum, and we put a edge knife in the first hole. First we calculate the center of gravity where we are having the which is the middle one, that it consists of the 20 holes. The middle one, that the 10th one, is the center of gravity. From the 10th one we just calculate that is the center. From the center we calculate the last hole, that is the first and the last hole of the bar pendulum. So first we put the edge in the first hole of the bar pendulum. So suspend the bar using a knife edge of the hook through a hole nearest to one end of the bar. Then with the bar at rest, focus a telescope so that the vertical cross wire of the telescope is coincide with the vertical mark of a bar. Then by using the telescope we can get the accurate reading, otherwise we can calculate it without the telescope also, but by the telescope we will take the exact reading. Now in the next we allow the bar oscillation in the vertical plane and the small amplitude. Similarly here in that case of the simple pendulum we give the small oscillation. Here we also give the small amplitude oscillation to the to this vertical hanged bar pendulum. So approximately 4 degree 4 of the arc we give to this bar pendulum to move. So then we note down the time period by starting the stopwatch for the 20 oscillation. So the time for the 20 oscillation by precession stopwatch by observing the transits of the vertical line on the bar through the telescope. It means we will calculate the time period for the 20 oscillations of the bar pendulum. Now make the observation for 3 times and find the mean time of this time period for the 20 oscillation, and then we can determine the time period for the 3 sets, or we can take the more sets, 5 sets we also take, but for the 3 set for the 20 oscillations we will calculate the time period, then we take the mean to calculate the time period capital T. Now we measure the distance of the axis from the suspension, that is the hole from the one of the edge of the bar by the meter scale. Similarly here again we just put this edge into the next hole, and similarly we repeat the experiment from 1 to 4 steps. It means we just put in the another and we give the displacement, we give displacement to the bar, and then we calculate the time period for the 20 oscillations, and then repeat oscillation first to 4 for the other holes till center of gravity of a bar is approached, where the time period becomes very large. It means we are saying that this bar magnet is having a hole on the center of gravity is in the middle, then upper side and the lower side. Then we change the position of the edge from the one hole to the another. Similarly from the lower side one hole to the another. Then we calculate the value for all the holes nearby, up to nearby of the center of gravity. Then we find out the time period. As we know, the time period for the center of gravity is very large. Now we invert the bar and repeat this operation. Again just we change the position of this bar. Now as we know that the center of we are having a hole at the upper side and the lower side of the center of gravity. Now we change the position. Now we just reverse the hanging position of the bar. Then we take the reading in the similar manner as the previously we have taken. Now draw a graph with the distance d of the hole from the center of gravity. Then we can find out the time period that will be generated from the particular distance d. Then the graph will be drawn, and you see on the screen that this graph we are having a distance versus time period graph. On the left hand side we have a slope, and the right hand side we are having a slope like a parabolic graph. Now you see that there is a point A, B, C, D. The first line, the second line is A dash, B dash, C dash and D dash. P and Q point of inflection, from where the shape of the curve is changing. So these two from the one side and for the another side. This is the time period versus distance graph. Now we draw the horizontal line A, B, C, D parallel to the x-axis. You see here, see A, B, C, D is the parallel line to the x-axis, and this A, B, C, D, E represent the point of intersection of the line with the curve. You see the shape of curve is changing. This is the intersection line of the curve. Now we note the curves are symmetrical about the vertical axis. It means which meets the x-axis at the point G. At axis at the point G. Now you see, and this is the G, and then it gives the position of the center of gravity of the bar. Then we define L is equal to A D plus B E divided by 2. A D plus B E divided by 2. Then it will be Lx by 2. Next is the vertical line intersects with the line A, B, C, D, E at the C. Now you see the vertical line intersects with the line A, B, C, D, E at the C. You see here that these lines are the center point is the C on the C and C dash in the both the side. For the A, B, C, D, A, B, D, E here it is the C, and A dash, B dash, C dash, D dash, E dash is the C. Now we will determine the length AD and BE. Then we will find out the length of the equivalent simple pendulum by using this formula that we will measure through the scale. Then L is equal to AD plus BE divided by 2. That will be Lx by 2. Now we also find out the time period corresponding to the ABCDE, and then compute the value of G by putting in the formula. Draw several horizontal lines parallel to the x-axis, and adopting the above procedure find out the value of G for each horizontal line. Then we calculate the mean. And if I ask a question, the will change? No, the value of the V will be fixed. And we already given that value should be equal. Then we can say experiment perform better. Alternatively, for each horizontal line, obtain the value of L and T, and we draw a graph between L and T square, and L will as the ordinate. Then the graph would be the straight line by taking the convenient point of the graph, and G can be calculated. Similarly, we can calculate the K, that is the that if we take the mean of that, we calculate the length of the AC, BC or CD and CE of the line. How we will calculate? We compute the root of AC into BC, or we can calculate the root of AC and CE. Repeat the procedure for horizontal line and find the value of K. This is the table which we have to draw for this experiment. This is the table. We just produce the two table, first for the left hand side and right hand side, and to calculate the T and D graph, the time period and the distance versus graph, we plot a table. Now in the next table, the value of G and the K from the T versus D graph. First, when we draw the previous graph, then we calculate this value that will be defined as you see on the screen that number of lines, number of parallel lines we draw parallel to the x-axis, then L, T, G, then L and T we can find out. Then we put the value of G is equal to 4 pi square D divided L divided by T square, and then we take the mean value of this. Similarly, the K, root of AC into BC, or we can take CD into CE, that we calculate by using the scale from the graph. Then we can take the mean of this K. Now, what are the precautions we have to follow for this experiment? This bar magnet, we ensure that the pendulum oscillate in the vertical plane. Again, it should not be rotate in the up and down manner. It must be oscillate into the vertical plane, and there is no rotational motion of the pendulum, and it should move in a straight line along the equilibrium axis. The amplitude of the oscillation should remain with approximately 4 degree of the arc. If it will move, then it will move with the larger distance, and then it will disturb the motion of the bar pendulum. We use the precise stopwatch, and we note the time period accurately to get the better result. We make sure that there is no air current in the vicinity of the pendulum. It should be from the atmosphere. Now, today we discuss about the two pendulums. One the simple pendulum, and the second is the compound pendulum. So, the experiment we will perform, these are very simple experiment. Just we hang the pendulum and we note the two types of readings for both the experiment. So, what is the difference between these two, simple pendulum and the compound pendulum? The simple pendulum with the time period, therefore the frequency of the simple pendulum depends only on the length of the string and the gravitational acceleration. Length L and G. If we talk about the simple pendulum, the time period depend upon the L and G, but in the compound pendulum, the period and the frequency of the compound pendulum depend on the length of the gyration, the moment of inertia and the mass of the pendulum, as well as the gravitational acceleration. Because here we are having a bar magnet, so bar pendulum. So the difference between the simple pendulum and compound pendulum, if anyone will ask in the YOY, then what is the difference between the simple pendulum and the compound pendulum is that the simple pendulum consists of we can calculate the time period, and the time period depend upon only on the length of the string as the gravitational acceleration. But here in the compound, the time period and the frequency of the compound pendulum depends upon not only on the acceleration due to gravity, but it depend upon the length of the gyration, moment of inertia and mass of the pendulum. Next question which can be asked by any examiner or during the experiment is that what is the center of gravity in the bar pendulum? in the bar pendulum, as the simple pendulum has a small bob connected to the end of the string. In the simple pendulum, the length of the string is large compared to the dimension of the bob. In this condition, the mass of the bob is concentrated at the center of gravity. The mass of the bob is concentrated at the center of gravity. Then what do you mean by periodic and oscillatory motion? How can you define the difference between the periodic and oscillatory motion? What is the periodic and what is the oscillatory motion? Now in the periodic motion, the motion continuously repeat and complete a definite path in a definite interval of the time, then it is a motion is called the periodic motion. Complete then periodic motion is type of motion, continuous motion and on the definite path and definite interval of the time, and this motion is the periodic motion, and the interval is called the time period. If the body is periodic motion, then it moves along the same path to and fro about a definite point, and from the equilibrium position the motion of the body is called the vibratory motion, or it will be the oscillatory motion. When the motion repeat continuously on the definite path, definite interval, definite time, then it is the periodic motion, but when it is moved from its equilibrium position, then it is the oscillatory motion. What do you understand by the free damped and the forced oscillation? Free damped, and when the object oscillates with the natural frequency, then its oscillation are said to be free. When the object moves natural frequency, then it is a free damped oscillation. If there is no external frictionless forces, then the amplitude of the free oscillations remains constant. In the presence of the frictional forces, like the amplitude of the oscillation goes on decreasing. Then what is the such oscillations are called the damped oscillation. If the constant external periodic force is applied in such a way that the amplitude of the vibration remains constant, then such oscillations are called the forced oscillation. Then there must be some hindrance, then must force applied for this motion is the forced oscillations. Now next question is what is the mean by the relaxation time, that relaxation time period, relaxation time, these are the basic questions can be asked. The relaxation time is defined as the time in which the energy of oscillation reduced to 1 by E of the original value, that is the relaxation time. On what factor or the factors the relaxation time depend? Then relaxation time depends upon the coefficient of damping, that is the relaxation time. Now next question is, why is the bar pendulum called the compound pendulum? This is a good question and anyone can ask. The compound pendulum is also known as the physical pendulum, and it is a swinging rigid body and is free to rotate around the fixed horizontal axis, because a compound pendulum like a swing bar has extended mass and it refers as a bar pendulum, and its shape is like a bar pendulum. The simplest type of compound pendulum is the bar pendulum. This is the difference between the bar pendulum and the compound pendulum. And the bar pendulum is a rigid body, but here it is the bob here is the metal. In the simple pendulum we are having a bob which is made of the metal. Similarly here the compound pendulum made of a rigid metallic, but it is in the form of the bar there, so it is a bar, it is called a bar pendulum. That means compound pendulum, bar pendulum or physical pendulum is the same thing. So why we use the bar pendulum for the compound pendulum. This is a good answer just to generate, and it is a 1 meter long metallic bar. Bar pendulum is made up of a 1 meter long metallic bar, and it is a rigid body. Along with the length of the bar, a series of circular holes we will draw in it. It is the shape of the rectangular bar. In the bar pendulum, it takes the shape of rectangular bar with holes spaced evenly along its length. a particular, we will just keep a hole at a particular distance. The bar pendulum is made up of a 1 meter long metallic bar, and along the length of the bar a series of circular holes, each about 5 mm in the diameter, are drilled. All the holes should be of the same size and at the same distance. A horizontal knife edge passes through any of the hole and suspends and the bar, and we use a knife edge to hang the compound or a bar magnet. So this is a compound pendulum. So there is a difference between the simple pendulum and the bar pendulum. In the today's lecture we discuss the bar pendulum as well as the simple pendulum. Hope you will understand how we perform this experiment, how we calculate the center of gravity, and we calculate the acceleration due to gravity, the value of g, by using both the methods, simple pendulum as well as the compound pendulum. Thank you very much.